What'd you think, Mazz?
Okay, so yesterday I told you this point differential thing is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Stupid. Like, really? That's what's going to be the tiebreaker? This is going to be a factor in the whole thing? And then you know what happened when I got home last night? I sat my hairy ass on the sofa and watched it till the very end because I had to see whether or not they were going to win by 23. I watched it right down to the freaking last second. Right down to it. I wanted to see it. And I have to say, I was engaged. I thought it would have been a bad look for the Celtics being championships favorites not to make it to the next round. And like, I also wanted to see whether they put their foot to the metal and try to actually do it. And you know what? I was happy that they did. So I liked it. And the fact that they all bitched about it after the game, the players, we don't like running up the score. It's not sportsmanlike. It's not what we were taught, is all the more reason I liked it. I want them to be uncomfortable about it. I don't like all this. You know, I liked it when fraternization was against the rules. And there was a time in sports where that was true. No fraternization. And again, I'm speaking from a baseball perspective. It was actually written on clubhouse walls. No fraternization. Huh. You couldn't sit there and yuck it up with the opponent before the game. It wasn't allowed.
It was better then.
It was better then, Murray. It was a real
sports hate.
Yeah, contempt.
Yeah.
Right? There was real contempt, and I like that contempt.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's got to get a little nasty at the end. I like that.
And they can talk all they want about being uncomfortable about it, but it mattered to them. And this is so I was wrong. I was wrong about the IST. I've been against it since the beginning. And I've crapped on it from day one because I needed real stakes. And yeah, the thing I think it is still contrived, and it's more marketing than anything else by the NBA. And I tended to believe that anyway early on because the players were speaking out against us. Like, we don't even know what the hell the rules are. We hate these floors. They're getting hurt on these floors. And then I tuned in last night to a game a random Tuesday in November against a terrible Bulls team, which in any other circumstance, I'd only kind of half pay attention to. But I tuned in last night. I'm like, let's see if they go for it with this point differential. And they did. And I sat there and I was like, this is actually kind of cool.
The thing that
they care.
The thing that the people who are against it dislike the most, the thing that the players say they dislike the most, is the best part about it.
Absolutely.
Point differential. That's what made it. The fact that the Celtics were up, I don't know what the exact number, call it 30 points. They were up something like 27 points in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left, and they started to hack a Drummond. That is cool. I'm sorry. That made it. That makes the thing. If you're up 20 points in a nothing November game against the Bulls, you're checked out, you've tuned out, you've walked out of the building, you're looking at your phone. You watched Mazz, and as everybody did, to the end with plus 23 in your head, to the point where they started sending Drummond to the line. And the coach was outraged, and the Celtics coach was embarrassed and had to apologize. And, oh, my God, Jaylen Brown's about to start a march. We're going to hit the streets for the exploitation of NBA players. Jaylen Brown right now is mobilizing. Oh, my God, I love it. It was the best part of the thing.
Okay, so up 30 points 7 minutes ago in the fourth quarter, and you want to watch somebody miss free throws. Neat. Terrible look for the NBA.
Well, the quick fix to that is tell Andre Drummond, work on your free throws, you
Exactly.
slob. How long have you been in the league?
Oh, my God. How much money do you make, sir? How much money have you made in your career? And Billy Donovan wants us to take up, again,
the cause.
The cause.
Yeah.
The cause for Andre Drummond, who has made I don't know, I'll guess $100 million playing this sport and can't make a free throw? You fat dump. Like, I feel bad for Andre Drummond. Make me laugh. No, I'm sorry.
Mr. Keep Things Moving Along enjoyed free throws with one team up 30 when a few weeks ago, I can't watch the Celtics blow these teams out by 50 every night. I can't do that.
See, but this one did. This one I watched.
Hypocrite.
And I'll be honest.
Because this one, the 50 mattered.
I only didn't watch it because I was watching the Bucks. So I watched the Bucks last night. I caught up on the fourth quarter today on the replay of the Celtics. And let me tell you, the Bucks game was not a point differential game, and it was the best game of the year. It's the best game I've seen this year. Those guys balled out. They wanted it. And now, why they want it, why do I care? Okay, they want an extra $500,000 in their pocket. I could call them greedy, but what do I care?
Yeah, I think there's doing afoot.
Okay, so I think, and again, was watching the TNT broadcast, the amount of times that Reggie Miller and Shaq kept talking about Vegas, and you're going to Vegas, and we're going to go to Vegas, and you want to go to Vegas, and it finally occurred to me. The players want to go to Vegas. Like the party that is NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
And the status symbol that is being an NBA All-Star and going to that weekend and all that doing, let's be honest. Because that has to be some kind of epic, high-end, elite orgy there for those guys to care that much to want to go. I think it's lining up. I think Vegas is going to be the cool place to be. The NBA is so cliquey, and you're in the club or not in the club. So you're either there that weekend or you're not. LeBron, it's some combination of LeBron, Durant, Giannis, Lillard, Tatum. Those guys are going to be there. And all the other players want to be there. They want to be. That's a status symbol. Never mind for the players who don't make a lot of money or the assistant coaches. I think it's $500,000 across the board.
Yep.
So an assistant coach, I don't know what those guys make. $750,000, $75,000. I don't know. The 500 is so.
It might not be life-changing money, but that's year-changing money for some people.
So that's a good chunk of change.
Hell yeah.
So there's stakes for some people, and even if you make $10 million, well, $500,000 is, I mean,
Of course.
pays your taxes for that year or whatever. A trip for your extended family to the French coast or whatever. So the money helps. I think the status of being in Vegas, these guys want it. They want it. And, oh, boy, the belly aching about the point differential. That's the best part. That's the best part of the whole thing. The Celtics hacked Andre Drummond with 7 minutes left, up 27 points in a November game.
It was great.
To the point where the opposing coach walked to the midline and started chirping. Like, what are you doing? Sit down, fool. Tell your guy to make his free throws. We're going to Vegas. Like, great. As opposed to normally last night, what are you doing? You're playing with yourself. So, like, I hear all the time, what's the stakes? What's the stakes? The stakes are I'm watching ball. Now I'm watching a more entertaining product. Those are the stakes. So, like, what? So next week, the Bucks play the Knicks. You play the Pacers. If you both win, Celtics, Bucks, Thursday night, Vegas.
It's kind of cool.
That sucks. How? Why?
That's how I feel too. Like,
why am I supposed to complain about that?
Yeah, and the deeper we get into it, like even if it is
and then if you win, it's Celtics, Lakers, Celtics, Durant on Saturday night in Vegas on national TV, and that sucks. How? Like, why is that? Like, as a sports fan, I'm supposed to like dump on that?
I know. See, I feel the same way about this thing, and that it's like, a $10 Nassau. What does that mean?
Thank you.
What does it mean?
It makes me engage on the 17th hole.
But I want to win.
Exactly. Good analogy.
But you know what? But I want to win. So to me, it's kind of the same thing. Like, let's go. All right, let's play. Let's have a little play. And you know what? The more I think about it, the time of year is good. Because you know what? There's really nothing dramatic going on. Certainly not in the NBA. They're going to crank it up late in the year for the playoffs. Before the trade deadline, they might crank it. But there aren't enough times. There aren't any times, really, during the year where you crank it up a little bit just to see, like, what's it going to look like when we get into games that we want to win? What's it going to look like? And this is some rough, very elementary approximation of that. I'm in.
Yeah.
I liked it last night.
So did I. I didn't care because I didn't think the players league-wide were going to care. Last night showed me they care, and it's about the money, and I think it's about the doing.
Oh, but the belly aching. Jaylen Brown. All right, that's okay. Let's mobilize. We're going to hit the streets. Give me Jaylen Brown number 1, please.
It's tough because, that's just not how the game is supposed to be played, One, you got to respect your opponents, and two, it's just weird setup. We understand the rules, but if I was another team, I'd be upset as well if we were doing the Hack-a-Drummond in the middle of the fourth quarter. But, our coaching staff made their decisions, and we stick with it.
Oh, God. So, I don't understand what the opponent doesn't get. Guys, it's a different sort of tournament where they have a new set of rules. So these teams are not needlessly running up the score on you. They're playing against another team playing another game. So it's not like they're just doing it to humiliate you, and you know it. So what are these crocodile tears after the game?
Put up the resistance.
Or just accept that they're not playing you, they're playing another game, because that's just the rules that are set up. It's not a slight. You dummies. They're not slighting you. They're playing the Nets or whatever that point differential thing was. I forget it, but it doesn't matter. They were playing the scoreboard, and you know it. It was explained to you. You were the second week into the thing. You think they were literally doing that? They were hacking Drummond to make him look bad or to run it up on you? No, they were playing the Nets. And you know it. So what is this?
Different rules for this tournament. It's a pretty simple explanation, you'd think.
Jesus!
This is exactly what Steve Kerr said 2 weeks ago. He was asked about it, and he said, I don't know why guys get pissed off when guys shoot the ball at the end of the game, because it's going to be another 2 or 3 points. What are you getting pissed off about? Who cares?
Well,
you know what I mean? But it's a similar kind of thing.
But that is different because you are just doing it to do it. There is a point to do it.
Of course there is. Yes, but even so, don't take it personally. Just play.
And you're telling me that there aren't guys out there on the floor who are aware of a betting line and take a shot at the end of the game or whatever.
Of course there
knowing
are.
the stakes. Would you stop? So please, again, oh my God, and Joe with the apology. Joe Mazzulla, give me Joe Mazzulla. I guess it's whatever the short one was, Jimmy. Give me Mazzulla 2.
2 is the minute 31.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when the process brings you to, okay, you're at 30, what do you want to do? I want to get stops. So then you do what we did, and I apologize to Andre Drummond for doing that.
Oh, God.
But it gave us the best chance considering the circumstances we were in.
All right, stop. Just stop.
Hey, ho, ho. Hack-a-Drummond has got to go. Take to the streets.
We shall over. What are we doing? Can someone Google Andre Drummond's career earnings for me? Just
It's going to be
quickly?
astronomical, yeah.
I mean, and the man can't make a free throw.
Oh, yeah, no, it's got to be well over $100 million.
So now we have to apologize to him? Because he can't make a shot from 8 feet? What is the free throw line, Mazz?
15.
He's over 12 seasons. He's made over $145 million.
Oh my God, the poor guy. Andre, we're sorry. I'm sorry, Andre, that we've done this to you. It's just not right.
They sounded like soldiers that had to follow horrible orders. Just follow. This is just what we had to do. We don't like it.
Listen,
So
sorry.
Jaylen Brown diving for a loose ball up 30 with 2 minutes to go in a game that the Celtics have in hand, and he blows out his knee and your season's over for championship.
He
But
could-
then
okay,
But Jimmy,
let's go to Vegas for some doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you could get hurt playing half speed. too.
exactly.
But
I
he's
just-
not in the game at that point, up 30 with 2 minutes to go. That's the point. And June is much more important than some fakakta thing in December.
I just care about me.
Right.
It was
We've known
entertaining.
that because you're a narcissist anyway.
I watched, and so did you, and so did everybody listening to me right now. You watched.
I just hate the argument of well, what if a guy rolls on someone's leg? Well, that can happen at any time in any game. What are we doing?